Earth-crowned most terrifying planet, top HFY stories. The Intergalactic Council chamber was abuzz with anticipation. Representatives from thousands of species, from the crystalline glaze Archeans to the gaseous Sign-Offs, had gathered to witness the results of the prestigious Galactic Planetary Awards. Among the categories, Most Beautiful Planet, Best Vacation Spot, and Most Technologically Advanced, there was one that always stirred the most intrigue: Most Terrifying Planet. The host, a towering insectoid named Velcron 22, stepped onto the stage. Her voice, a series of harmonious clicks translated into every attending species' language, silenced the crowd. "And now," she began, "the award for Most Terrifying Planet goes to Earth." A collective gasp rippled through the chamber. A holographic image of Earth appeared above the stage, its serene blue and green surface seeming innocent enough. Murmurs spread through the crowd as Velcron 22 continued. "Earth," she said, "is home to a species known as humans, whose ingenuity, resilience, and capacity for destruction have stunned the galaxy. Let us review the evidence." The lights dimmed, and a montage began to play. It showed humans surviving extreme climates, from frozen tundras to scorching deserts. Scenes of historical warfare, from medieval sieges to modern drone strikes, flashed across the screen. The audience shuddered as footage of Earth's nuclear explosions was displayed. The mushroom clouds, a haunting testament to humanity's destructive potential. But it wasn't just the humans' penchant for war that earned Earth its reputation. The montage shifted to the planet's wildlife. Giant apex predators like sharks, lions, and crocodiles prowled the screen, followed by venomous snakes, spiders, and insects capable of killing creatures many times their size. Even Earth's plants seemed hostile, with footage of carnivorous species like the Venus flytrap and poison ivy eliciting horrified gasps. As the montage ended, Velcron 22 addressed the audience. "Humans are not merely survivors, they are conquerors of their environment. They have climbed the tallest mountains, descended to the deepest oceans, and even begun their exploration of the stars. Their inventiveness knows no bounds, and their capacity for adaptation is unmatched." A representative from the Zornax Collective raised a tentacle. "But surely their aggression makes them a threat to the galaxy?" Velcron 22 nodded solemnly. "Indeed, many have speculated as much. However, humans possess a peculiar duality. Alongside their propensity for violence is an equally intense drive for cooperation, creativity, and compassion. They are as capable of building bridges as they are of burning them." The chamber fell silent as the gravity of her words sank in. Then, a diminutive representative from the peaceful Ovarians spoke up. "So, what do we do? Should we fear them or welcome them?" Velcron 22 smiled, a gesture that looked particularly unnerving on her insectoid face. "Perhaps both, but for now, let us honor their resilience, their unpredictability, and their ability to thrive in a world that would be uninhabitable for most of us." The crowd erupted into applause, tentacles waving, exoskeletons clacking, and gaseous forms shimmering in approval. A human representative in the audience, a diplomat named Maria Alvarez, leaned over to her alien companion and whispered, "Terrifying, huh? Guess we've got a reputation to live up to." Her companion, a gelatinous being named Groth, quivered nervously. "Please don't." As the applause continued, the holographic Earth rotated slowly, its tranquil beauty belying the chaos and wonder that lay beneath. The humans had earned their title, and for better or worse, the galaxy would never forget them. Maria Alvarez sipped her drink as the award ceremony's after-party buzzed around her. Delegates mingled in clusters, exchanging stories and laughter, or, in the case of some species, telepathic hums and rhythmic pulses of light. Maria stood by the refreshment table, chatting with Groth, who still trembled slightly whenever she made sudden movements. "So, Groth," Maria teased, "what's scarier, our predators or our nuclear arsenal?" Groth's gelatinous form jiggled with unease. "Neither, it's your casualness about it all. You speak of taming apex predators and harnessing the power of atoms as though it were normal." Maria grinned. "Well, it kind of is for us. You'd be surprised how much humans can normalize once we've seen it a few times." Groth emitted a low-frequency hum, the equivalent of a sigh. "That's precisely what's terrifying. You adapt too quickly. No situation is too hostile, no challenge too great. Even your so-called leisure activities, scaling mountains, Diving into shark-infested waters would be considered acts of madness on most worlds. Maria chuckled and shrugged. We like a good challenge, keeps life interesting. Across the room, Velcron 22 approached the two of them, her multifaceted eyes glinting with curiosity. Ambassador Alvarez, she clicked, I see you're discussing humanity's peculiarities. Might I join you? Of course, Maria said, gesturing to the empty space beside them. So, what did you think of our little planet? Velcron 22's antennae twitched. Fascinating, a paradox, truly, a world of such beauty and brutality, inhabited by a species capable of great destruction yet equally capable of creating art, music, and literature that moves the soul. I must admit, we debated long and hard before awarding Earth the title. Maria raised an eyebrow. What was the competition like? Velcron 22 clicked thoughtfully. The lava world of Draska 7 was a contender. Its atmosphere dissolves most known materials, and its native species communicate through bursts of plasma. Then there's Jawn Prime, a planet where every organism evolved with the singular purpose of killing anything that moves. But Earth has you. Groth shuddered. Humans have turned survival into an art form. You bend the environment to your will, but you're also shaped by it. You're chaotic. Chaotic good, Maria quipped, earning confused stares from her companions. Never mind, cultural reference. Velcron 22's antennae tilted in curiosity. Tell me, Ambassador, how do humans feel about being seen as the galaxy's most terrifying species? Maria considered this. Honestly, I think we'd take it as a compliment. We pride ourselves on being tough, resourceful, and a little unpredictable, but we're also hopeful. We don't just want to survive, we want to thrive, to connect, to explore. Velcron 22 clicked approvingly. An admirable philosophy. I only hope the galaxy is ready for you. Maria's grin widened. Oh, we're not so bad once you get to know us. Besides, we're just as curious about all of you, scary or not. We're here to make friends. Groth muttered something unintelligible, his form rippling nervously. Maria clapped him on what she assumed was his equivalent of a shoulder. Don't worry, Groth, we're not that scary. Velcron 22 tilted her head. Ambassador, might I remind you of your species' penchant for competitive combat simulations and the fact that you've domesticated wolves? Maria laughed. Okay, fine, we might be a little scary, but hey, you awarded us for it, didn't you? As the three of them shared a laugh, or in Groth's case, a low-frequency groan, the intergalactic party swirled on around them. Despite Earth's fearsome new title, one thing was clear, the galaxy wasn't just afraid of humanity, it was fascinated by them. And for Maria Alvarez, that was the perfect starting point. The days following Earth's crowning as the most terrifying planet were a whirlwind for humanity. Alien news networks broadcast documentaries dissecting human history, physiology, and culture. Earth's internet lit up with memes, debates, and a healthy dose of self-deprecating humor. Maria Alvarez, now a minor celebrity among the intergalactic delegates, found herself constantly pulled into interviews, conferences, and diplomatic meetings. Humanity had never asked to be in the spotlight, but now that they were, Maria was determined to make the most of it. Intergalactic Council Headquarters. The council chamber was quieter this time, its usual bustle replaced by an air of anticipation. Today's session was not about awards but a matter of galactic security. Rumors had been spreading about an ancient, hostile species, the Vorax swarm, resurfacing in a distant sector of the galaxy. Maria sat at Earth's delegation seat, flanked by representatives from the Galactic Defense Coalition. Groth, now her unofficial alien guide and a reluctant fan of humanity, hovered nervously beside her. Velcron 22 addressed the assembly. Esteemed council members, the Vorax swarm has begun its advance. Their last recorded conquest decimated 3-star systems before they vanished millennia ago. If left unchecked, they could devastate the galaxy once more. A hologram displayed the swarm's trajectory, an ominous, pulsing red wave consuming everything in its path. The room filled with murmurs, some voices tinged with fear, others with determination. And what do you expect us to do? A crystalline Glazarkian delegate demanded. The swarm is unstoppable. No species has ever survived an encounter with them. Maria leaned forward, her voice calm but firm. No species has survived yet. The room fell silent, all eyes, organic and otherwise, on her. Humans have a saying, Maria continued, when you're going through hell, keep going. The Vorax swarm might be powerful, but they're not invincible. They haven't faced us yet. A Xenomorph delegate emitted a series of glowing pulses, their equivalent of skepticism. And what could your species possibly contribute, Ambassador? You're a planetary species with limited spacefaring capabilities. Surely this is beyond you. Maria smiled, but there was steel in her gaze. We might not have the largest fleets or the most advanced technology, but we excel at one thing, figuring out how to win when the odds are stacked against us. And if there's one thing humans love more than survival, it's a good underdog story. Velcron 22 clicked thoughtfully. Ambassador Alvarez, are you proposing that Earth joins the coalition to combat the Vorax swarm? Not just joins, Maria said, we'll lead the charge. Gasps and murmurs erupted across the chamber. Groth quivered beside her. Maria, this is madness. The Vorax. Maria cut him off. Madness, maybe, but you didn't give us that most terrifying planet title for nothing. Let us show you why we earned it. Velcron 22 tilted her head, her antennae twitching. And what, exactly, do you propose? Maria's grin was both reassuring and unnerving. We'll strategize, we'll innovate, we'll fight dirty if we have to, but most importantly, we'll do what humans do best, turn chaos into opportunity. Velcron 22 considered her words before clicking decisively. Very well, Earth will have its chance. May the galaxy witness the full extent of your species' potential, terrifying and otherwise. Earth's call to arms. Within hours, Earth was mobilized. Messages were broadcast to every corner of the planet. Attention humanity, the galaxy faces an existential threat. They've turned to us, not just for survival, but for victory. Let's show them what we're made of. Engineers, scientists, and strategists worked around the clock, integrating alien technology with human ingenuity. Fleets were built, weapon systems calibrated, and tactics devised. For once, humanity set aside its differences, united by a common purpose. As the days turned to weeks, Maria stood aboard Earth's flagship, Resolute, overlooking the coalition fleet assembled in orbit. Alien ships, sleek and advanced, formed a protective perimeter, but it was Earth's vessels, bristling with unconventional weaponry and reinforced with repurposed materials, that drew the most attention. Groth floated beside her, his form jittery. Maria, if this works, Earth will be legendary. If it doesn't. Maria smirked, her gaze unwavering. Then we go down swinging. But don't worry, Groth, humans are good at impossible odds. The Vorax swarm loomed on the horizon, their shadow casting a pall over the fleet. Maria tightened her grip on the console. Let's give the galaxy something to talk about. And with that, humanity's most terrifying story was just beginning.